Well, hello friends. Welcome back to my channel for another Flosstube update. I forget which number this is, but that doesn't really matter. This is going to be my September Flosstube update. It is October 6th, I believe, Sunday, as I'm filming this. So I'm about a week late-ish uh, with filming my update, but it's been kind of a crazy start to October, so nothing bad, just busy. So so yeah, so there's going to be a little extra progress on some things, but for the most part, um, I haven't worked on a whole heck of a lot yet in the month of October, so everything should be fairly accurate. I guess we'll just get right into it, because I didn't even think about talking about any life stuff, and I can't even think about what happened in September at this point. So we're just gonna move on. So I'm going to. Ooh, I had these set by my iPad, by my tripod, but I can't see that far even with my glasses. So we're just gonna have my little note paper here. And so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at for stats. So in the month of September, I worked on a total of 6 projects, and I got a total of 8,299 stitches. That's about average for me, I would say. Sometimes I get closer to 10,000 if I'm like really going to town or if I have a lot of block stitching. So I would say it was a fairly good stitching month. In the month of September, I didn't come up with this. I think my friend Leanne from Small Town Stitches came up with it. Um, well, she told me about it. I don't know. This isn't really like any, you know, life-changing thing. But she's been doing a 500 stitch count rotation in her projects, and she's really liking it, but she was saying how next year she might want to increase that number before she like switches to another project. So I thought, oh, that might be nice to do too, because I was kind of starting to feel like, because I really wanted to get progress or finishes on some things, that I wasn't touching any of my other projects, and those projects aren't going to get done if I don't put any stitches into that. So I decided to go for a 1,000 stitch rotation for the month of September, and I really did enjoy it. October is going to be a little bit different, but in general, I think I like the 1,000 stitch count, and I think the 1,000 stitch rotation, and I think I'm gonna continue it, except for October. I don't have any finishes for this month, so we're just gonna move right into whips. So the first whip is the one that I'm trying to finish by the end of the year. It is Mini Night Cafe by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork by Leonid Afremov. I'm doing this on 22 count hardanger, and I'm doing one strand of floss over, one square, because it's basically Ada. Um, and Here is where I was the last time you saw it. Got tongue tied there. And here is where it is now. Ooh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry. I even ironed for you guys today. So yeah, this is where it is currently. I am almost finished. Ooh, here we go again. I'm almost finished with a page here. Um, if you remember me talking about from last time, I made some kind of counting error down in here. And the way this is, I'm not too concerned about that, because obviously it's like very watercolory and doesn't need to be like 100% perfect for it to still look good at the end. But it does have to line up. So I decided to come over to the last set of pages and work my way down. And then when I know that my flub is in here somewhere. So if I can get all the way down to the bottom of the page and line it all up, then I can kind of fudge it in here. So let's see, what did my, oh, so I got a total in September of 3,822 stitches. And I am currently, and that's as of yesterday, because I haven't stitched on this yet today. I am currently at 78.08%. So I am on track to get this done by the end of 2024. So yay! Finally, if you're new here, this is my third restart on this project. First, I didn't like the fabric. Then the second time I liked the fabric, but I was doing 2 strands and it was too thick. So third time I did the same count fabric, but I went to 1/1, and that was the sweet spot. So there you go. Yay. My second WIP also may get done by the end of October if I am dedicated. This is the Our Father by Anne Makes Things on Etsy. I will link her shop, and I believe this was a freebie on her blog. So if I can find it, I will link her blog if you want this particular pattern. And I think she just recently came out with a different color scheme for it that is more fall vibes. But I got the original pattern, so mine are more spring summery vibes. So yeah, and here, oh well, here it is. Where you saw it the last time, because I've been consistently working on it, so I should have a progress picture. And here is where I am now. I am currently, let's see, I did 1,741 stitches in September, and I am currently at 72.27%. I should play those numbers in the lottery. This is on, I believe, an 18 count Ada from Hobby Lobby that a friend of mine gifted to me. And I really like it on this fabric. Yeah. Originally, I was thinking I wanted this to be in like a small, like a half letter size. A5, that's the word I was looking for. A5 binder that I was going to make into like a stitchy prayer journal. But obviously, this is going to be way too big for that. But it's still, I think I still might scrapbook it like Laura from Stitching by the Shore does with a lot of her pieces. I think this would make a nice scrapbook page. So we'll see. I don't finish things very often, so. My next WIP was my first spin for my 1,000 stitch rotation that I decided to try in the month of September. And that is Wine Country Escape by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart. And as you can see, this is very detailed. And this might be my biggest project to date. I think this is going to be a legacy project, I think, because it is like 458,800 stitches, I think, is what it comes to. And yeah, so I don't know if I should have like a beginning of September picture. You haven't seen this one in a while, but I think I took a picture. So there's where it was when I started. Very meager start. This was my birthday start in May. So I had only really worked on it 1 or 2 days. in the month of May, and then I haven't worked on it since. And here it is now. So I got almost exactly 1,000 stitches. I got 1,001 stitches on this. And I am at 0.26%. So as you can see, I have much fabric folded over. This will take me a very, very long time. But it is done 2 over. Am I doing it 2 over? Yes. Yeah, it's 2 over 1 tent stitch. So it actually does go really fast. And normally I'm kind of the type of person that I just take a thread and like stitch it till it's done wherever it goes, as long as it's not like too far away. But with this one, I'm realizing I have to be a little bit more methodical and actually try for like a diagonal or columns or something like that. Um, but actually, I was going to talk about this in another section, but I have been watching Gemma. I think that's her, Gemma Stitches, and she does almost all Stitch with Me's. But they're the talking type of Stitch with Me's that I prefer than just, music or silence or whatever. I like the talking ones. And in a recent one that she did, she explained how she does things, how she works, and it's not really in diagonals or anything like that, but she um, goes by colors, but then like make sure they touch. And I mean, she's got a lot of parked threads, which I don't love, but I think with this one, obviously, I'm gonna be a little bit more okay with some parked threads because I'm just gonna have to. Because I think with the tent stitch is not super easy for me as far as um, just getting it in my brain what I'm doing. Um, and knowing where the next stitch is supposed to be if it doesn't touch. So I'm thinking I'm going to try Gemma's her way of doing things and maybe try to get a little bit more progress on this one in the future. Oh, and I also don't think I said this is 28 count. I don't know what brand of fabric this is. I don't remember, but it's 28 count linen of some kind. Is it even linen? Might be even weave. Oh, I'm horrible. I'll try to remember to put it down in the description if you're curious, but I really like it. Whatever it is, I really like it. Um, I think it must be even weave because it doesn't look like linen to me. I've never actually used even weave, so if this is what even weave is like, then I like it. Next whip is Shakespeare Quotes by Taylor and Cromwell. I don't know. I think they have their own website now, but I bought this off of Etsy. So I will leave their Etsy shop below, and if I can find a website, I um, will also link that as well. But I started this one, I think, in 2022. It is currently my oldest whip, so I have been using it for Oldest Whip Wednesday when I remember. But I started this with my friend Tara from Recovering Book Hoarder, which I just saw that Tara posted a video a couple days ago. I have not gotten a chance to watch it, Tara, but I will. So, but I just saw that she posted something, and so I will link her below as well. And she's another booktuber turned flosstuber. But I'm also trying to get back into the booktube world as well, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, we started this one for Shake-Tember in 2022, and this is where it was the last time you saw it. I might have a full picture, I'm not sure, but here is where it is now. And I'm sorry, I do not have one of those fancy boards that people have, so you're gonna see my arm through that. But I wanted to make sure I had enough room because look at that hack job I did on the bottom of that. I don't know what I was doing. But, so I was a little bit concerned I wouldn't have enough, but that is the bottom. So even though it's maybe a little bit less than I would normally try to have, I think it's okay. And then I have plenty at the top and the side, so good. So now I'm just going, I was working up here um, when I did it. And I think in September I only worked on it 1 or 2 days because I only got 104 stitches and I'm currently at 24.52%. So this is going to need to get some more love. Maybe in October. I'm kind of trying to limit myself in October, which we'll talk about in plans, but this might have to come out at least on Oldest Whip Wednesdays. And my last whip for September that was a spin for my 1,000 stitch rotation was Good Luck Bear, which was started by my friend Lindsay at Blushing Pink Stitches. And I really loved this Care Bear turned real bear. But then once I got it, I was like, do I really want to? I didn't realize how big it was going to be. And I was like, do I really want a giant green bear on my wall anywhere? I don't know. So I decided to try to do it on 40 count linen, um, 1/1 tent. It's okay once I put on my magnification glasses and everything. And then once I get into the groove, and I've been trying to color complete. So it's okay, but it's still like a little tedious. So instead of doing 1,000 stitches on this, I took it down to 500 because I was over it by that point. But here is where it is now. Oop, I forgot to show you where I was before, so I'll put that up there somewhere. But I got 523 and I am 2.69% complete. So this one might take me a while to get anywhere near completion, but I just hack away at it when I can, when it comes up in my rotation. Um, yeah, it's not terribly enjoyable to work on 40 count linen for me, but we'll just do little bits and pieces of it here and there, and we'll get it done. And finally, I actually have a new start. I know you're shocked. I don't do a lot of those anymore, but every once in a while I'm sucked in. And Samantha from the Huga Stitcher was doing a sal for the Autumn is as Joyful by Lila's studio, Lila. And I have really enjoyed seeing the summer Quaker one that she put out last year, I guess. And Laura from Stitching by the Shore was doing that one. And I think Samantha from the Huga Stitcher was also doing it. Yeah, I'm almost positive she also was doing it. But I really enjoyed that one. I wouldn't think, because I'm not like a huge, like, water beach type person, but I really liked the motifs and the color choices in that one. So I was like, oh, that one's really pretty. I'll have to get that sometime. And then they came out with the autumn one, and I was like, okay, I have to do this one. There are squirrels. There is a lovely turkey guy. I just had to do it. So on the first day of autumn, which was September 22nd, the sal took off and I started it as well. So there is no before picture, but hopefully I've been showing you what it looks like when it's done. And here, do I have it? Yeah. Here is where I am now. I was actively working on this before I filmed, so that's why it's still in the hoop. But did I? Oh, I'm currently at 4.44%. And in Did I really? Huh. I got 1,063 stitches in September. So even though this wasn't really on my rotation, it became my 1,000 stitch rotation. I think in September I mostly got these leaves done. Maybe a little bit of this Quaker motif, but my plan is to finish this guy today. I started it today, but then I wanted to film, so I will probably finish it tonight after I do some night cafe. So I got to get that done every day. That one has specific stitches that I have to do. Let's see. This is, let me try to remember. Oh, wait, I have the sticker was on it and I don't know what I did with it. It's probably in the bag somewhere. But this is a 20 count fiber on a whim, I believe. Yes, fiber on a whim. What is the colorway? I don't know. I'll put it in the description again. I cannot remember. But I really, really like it. I really like the way it feels. It's a Ada. It's really soft, but it's not too soft. And I like the subtle color of it. And yeah, I never thought I'd be like a fabric. Like, ooh, I really like this fabric, but I do. I really, really do. so, so there you have it, friends. Those are my whips and my new start for September. So let's talk about my October plans. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, and this will show you what is happening in October. Victober, which, if you are not aware, is where the booktube community reads nothing but Victorian or Victorian adjacent literature for the entire month of October. And I'm here for it because, number one, I love Victorian literature, and and two, not really a big fan of Halloween. So if I can replace October with something I love instead of something that I'm just like, no, don't really like it, then I'm just happy as a clam. So I didn't really know clams were happy. That's a weird saying. Anyway, let me take a drink and then we will talk about plans. My plans for October are basically just to continue working on Mini Night Cafe. Currently, I think I have to do about 127 stitches as per Stitch Pal to have it done by December 31st of this year. I try to do a little bit more than that every day. So, because, with Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the things, there's going to be days, and there already have been days that I just literally have not been able to pick it up at all. Or if I haven't even been able to get 125 stitches. So I'm trying to at least get 130. Even better if I can do 150. That hasn't happened in a while. There's a lot. I mean, you saw it earlier. There's a lot of confetti in that. So it can take me upwards of like 2 hours to get 100 127 if I just do exactly what I have to do. It can take me 2 hours, sometimes more, to get that many stitches, which is painful sometimes. But we're getting there. We'll get it done. So that's like the main goal. The other goal that I have is another focus piece, which I will pop a picture of what it will look like when it's done. This is Minnie the Library by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Auguste Talmouche, who was a French painter in I think it was, Victorian times. However, France is not part of the Victorian era, really, as far as literature and things and the arts goes. He wouldn't be considered a Victorian because he was French, because France was not under the reign of Queen Victoria. However, this original painting, I believe I looked it up, and it was done in 1837 or 73. I don't remember. So it was either right at the beginning of the Victorian era, which was 1837, or kind of in the middle of it, which would be 1873. Well, I can't remember. But anyway, I'm counting it for my Victober focus stitch. So, all that to say. So, let me show you. I don't know. I should have a picture of where it was at the beginning of October. Um, yeah, I think I did. I took a picture of it. So there it is. And then here is where I am now. So I I ended up I took this on a little vacation that my parents and I took the first 2 days in October. And I was working on it in the hotel room when I realized I had made a counting error yet again over in here. And I had to rip that all out um, and restitch it. So I think I kind of have my Stitch Pal back to where the counts are accurate. But it's a lot of blue, but this is her dress, and I'm kind of wanting to actually work on the woman and her dress before the books and the scene around her. So I actually did a middle start, which is not normal for full coverage, I'm finding. Most people work from a corner. When I do too, usually, but this one I just really wanted to start working on her dress, and so far it's working out for me. I mean, when I do non full coverage, I usually work from, or I start in the center. So it's really no different. I don't really have a problem with it. Other people have told me they can't do full coverage from the corner or from the center, but it doesn't bother me. So far anyway, at least with this one, it hasn't bothered me so far, except for that part where I got it wrong, but that was not due to where I started. It was just a counting error. So that is my main focus project. And I think, like I said earlier, I want to try to finish the Our Father piece because there's really not that much to go, and it's block stitching, and it's like 16 or 18 count Ada. I'm not really sure which it was. And I think it will go pretty easy if I just try to maybe do like 100 stitches a day. I think I can get it done. Um, and then I'll have an actual finish before the end of the year. And then I would also like to continue working on the Autumnisasjoyful Quaker. For actually, I would kind of like to make that a focus, maybe not a daily focus, but maybe like a daily 30 or something through autumn. So, like, put it away whenever we get to winter. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling come December because that will still technically be fall, I think, in December. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure it's still fall for at least the first part of December, but maybe not. But yeah, we'll see how I feel by the end of it. There's been a couple of days already that I haven't gotten a chance to work on it in October, so But okay, so I don't have any haul that I can think of other than, I guess, Autumn Quaker. I think I bought at the beginning of September, and the fabric that it came on was the beginning of September. So that was my haul. But so let's just talk about who I have been watching recently. I already told you about. Hold on, let me get my notes before I start rambling. Yes, I already talked to you about Gemma Stitches. I really enjoy her Stitch with me's. I just think her voice is relaxing, and I just like to see how she stitches. And I think I might want to try it, like I said, with that Wine Country Escape. We'll see. I don't know, because a lot of my things, because I haven't been stitching that way, won't work with the way she does things until I get them to that point. So we'll see until I get like things filled in a little bit, but So we'll see. I'm definitely not going to do it with Night Cafe because that one I just want to get it done, you know. Um, so I have a system for that one already. So we'll just, but maybe with Wine Country Escape, it would be a good experiment to see since I'm not very far into it already. So and Gemma also works on bigger, like a smaller count. Is that what I'm trying to say? Smaller count fabric. So like 18 count Ada. She will do these like giant projects on like 18, 16 count Ada. So it's like a bed sheet. And she will do like 2 minute wrap ups at the end of every month because she really only is stitching on one or two projects. So she'll just show them and they're just giant. But it's great. I love it. So I'll definitely link her down below. I've also been watching Siska Stitches because she just recently started her Flosstube. And man, she has been going hard on the Flosstube content. Like every time I turn around, there's a Siska video. And I'm here for it. I like it. I have not yet watched her recent one because it is long. And I have to, you know, I want to be like very present for watching it. So, but but man, she puts out a lot of content, and I'm here for it. So, also, I don't know if I've ever talked about her before, but stitching with Ebony. She is from the UK, and my friend Leanne told me about her, and I am loving her updates. She also does stitch with bees, but she also does like regular floss tubes and I love her projects. A lot of them are different from ones that I am used to seeing on Flosstube. Not that everybody stitches the same thing, but like, you know, some things are like super popular, so you see them a lot. Um, but yeah, just Ebony, I have seen like totally different things from her than I'm used to, and it's fantastic. And also, a new person is Erica from Stitchy Reese Pieces. I think that's how you say it, which I love Reese's Pieces. So I don't know if that was like I don't know where her little or her title comes from, but I would assume it comes from the candy, and that is like my all-time favorite candy. So I was intrigued uh from hearing the title of her channel. But Erica she's not new. She's just new to me. She's been doing this for at least a couple of years, it seems like. But she does a variety of things. She does full coverage. She does, you know, non-full coverage. She does small things. I think she has done or is doing a Quaker. Yeah, she does all the things, and she's just a very lovely. Oops, sorry. She is just a very lovely lady, and I have binged a lot of her videos recently, mostly her whip parades, you know, because that makes sense if you're trying to get to know somebody, like what they stitched. So she has a couple of whip parades, and yeah, she has a lot of cool projects that I am excited to watch her work on. So I'm glad to have a new person on my list. So hopefully that makes up for the fact that sometimes I forget to do a like a small floss tuber shout out. I just gave you, these people aren't necessarily small channels. They're not at all, but I just wanted to tell you who I've been watching since I didn't have any haul really. And I didn't really prepare anything, so I just went in my history and I was like, oh yeah, I've been watching her, I've been watching her, I've been watching her. So, um, but yeah, I think that is all I have to talk to you about today. I am planning on finishing up a vlog for my booktube content for Victober. So if you're interested in book stuff, stay tuned because I think I might try to upload both of these today um, since it's Sunday and I don't have a ton of laundry somehow. Somehow I don't have a ton of laundry. You would think I'm only one person. How do I end up with so much laundry at the end of a typical week? So this is like strange that I don't have to spend an entire day of my weekend doing laundry. So anyway, I am being very tangenty today. I apologize, but maybe you like that. I don't know. Um, so Yeah, so I'm going to be finishing that up. You will get to see a little montage at the beginning of the little trip that I took. At the beginning of October, we went on a scenic train ride in West Virginia called the Potomac Eagle. Let me know if you have ever been on the Potomac Eagle. It was very nice. I didn't really know what to expect. A friend of mine went on it and told me about it, and I thought, "Ooh, that sounds really fun." The only thing I will say is that I wish we had gone a little later in the autumn because the leaves had not really changed yet, but it was still beautiful. And supposedly, I mean, it's called the Potomac Eagle. So supposedly, most of the time, they at least see one eagle every trip they take. But, lucky us, we did not see any eagles on our trip. Um, Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. But apparently it was because they had been getting a lot of rain from Helene, and so the water was real murky. And apparently, even though eagles can see really far away, they cannot see the fish through the murky water if it's murky like that. It has to be clearer. So they weren't like coming to dive down to fish and things like that, like I guess they normally do on the trip. So that was a little bit disappointing, but that's nothing that, I mean, the train can't manufacture eagle sightings. So, I mean, I guess they could, but yeah, that's not their fault. That's just nature. So, but yeah, I would like to do that again someday. It's a little bit expensive, a little bit, but um, so it's not something that we can do all the time. But yeah, I would like to go back. That was fun. Um, the only other thing, if you're a short person, their bathroom facilities were not really made for short people. That's all I'm gonna say. That was that was another interesting part of the trip, but alas. All right. On that note, I'm going to leave you. That was a bad thing to end on. I don't know. So I hope you are having a wonderful October. Let me know what you have planned. Are you a Halloween person? Do you like do you like Halloween, or do you not like Halloween but like stitching Halloween? Because I've heard that before too, that people like to stitch Halloween, but they don't technically really like the holiday. They don't like participating in Halloween. I'm more of like I'm just gonna stitch fall things, you know. But I will stitch a Halloween, like a cutesy Halloween piece every once in a while. Anyway, let me know the things. Let me know how you feel about Halloween. Um, and yeah, that's really all I have to talk about. All right, friends, I'm going to go and get on to my booktube video. So I will talk to you next month. Okay, bye.